This is a full breakdown of the proposed Washington Township Board of Education budget for fiscal year 2026 to 2027. We'll cover where every dollar goes, what it means for your property taxes, and when you can have your say. Here's something important before we dive in. The documents used for this report are meeting agendas from July and August, not the actual adopted budget. In New Jersey, school budgets are usually finalized in the spring for a July 1st start, so the real numbers for this fiscal year were likely set months earlier. What we can show you today is what's happening now, and where to look for the full financial picture. Even without exact dollar figures, we can see where the district's attention is going. Staff salaries and benefits are typically the single largest expense in any school district, often 70 to 80% of the total budget. That shows up clearly in these meetings, where nearly every agenda includes a long list of staffing actions, from new hires to retirements to extra pay for additional duties. Special education is another major cost driver worth watching. All three meeting agendas include tuition placement items, which is when the district pays another school or program to serve a student whose needs it can't fully meet in-house. These out-of-district placements tend to be one of the most expensive and unpredictable parts of any school budget, and they show up as a recurring line item here. Transportation costs are also active in these meetings. The district is procuring fuel through a joint purchase agreement, renewing a parent transportation contract, and moving forward on a 10-month school bus lease. Multiple substitute bus driver appointments also appear on the agendas, all pointing to ongoing transportation spending that ties back into the broader budget. Facilities and capital spending are showing up too. The board is renewing elevator maintenance at Bunker Hill Elementary and moving ahead with lease purchase financing under a separate bid. An energy audit presentation is also scheduled, which could point to future capital costs or savings that affect budgets down the road. Food service is a smaller but notable piece of the puzzle. It's a self-supporting fund, meaning it's largely paid for through meal sales rather than property taxes, but it still shows up in these meetings through financial reports, meal pricing discussions, and staffing needs. Here's the question everyone wants answered. What does this mean for my tax bill? Right now we can't calculate that, because the tax levy figure isn't included in these meeting agendas. New Jersey law requires every district to publish a user-friendly budget that shows the estimated tax impact on an average home, so that's the document residents should track down directly from the district. So what's actually changing this cycle? Based on these agendas, nothing dramatic stands out, because these are routine operational meetings, not budget adoption meetings. The board is passing monthly tax requisition resolutions and reviewing standard financial reports, but there's no sign of a budget amendment or major shift in spending direction in what's been made public so far. For families with kids in the district, a few program areas are worth noting. The agendas reference 6th period class additions, new restorative practice tutoring at the elementary level, and additional time allocated for English as a second language support and digital literacy integration. These smaller staffing actions often reflect where the district is quietly expanding support. If you're wondering when residents could have weighed in on this year's budget, that window has likely already closed. New Jersey school districts typically hold their public budget hearing in late March or early April, with final adoption by April or May. The exact 2026 dates for this district weren't included in the materials reviewed, but the current August meetings are not budget votes. Even though this year's budget is already set, residents still have real chances to engage. The August 25th regular session includes 2 public comment periods where you can ask about current spending or the energy audit. The August 18th work session covers business committee discussions, a good spot to ask about upcoming bids and financial planning. Written comments are also accepted. Check the district's board docs page for contact details. That's the full budget breakdown. The complete written deep dive is available free at New Jersey Washington Town GTL, substack.com. Subscribe so you never miss an update. And if you find this useful, a small donation at ko-fi.com/govthroline helps keep this reporting free and independent.